I am live. All right. Let's see if the sound is good. Gotta check the sound. You know how YouTube can get sometimes. Meet the brother. Okay. Commercials. Can't stand them. Trying to get through this here. Okay, sound is good. Let me actually change the title. It should say pop up. So I know. Hey, Amira, how are you doing? Everything good? Or at least better? Because I know things have been rough. Yeah, which is an understatement. I hope you're doing okay. I'm just getting the cards ready. Shouldn't take too long. I shuffled them a little before. Okay. Oh, mixed signals. Yeah, that's tough with dating. I hate when you have to interpret what someone is thinking or feeling. Though that might go more to more emotional unavailability. Like some people struggle to express their emotions. So the poll question today is, what's one thing you can't stand about dating? So feel free to vent away. For me, I think I would pick emotionally unavailable people. Oh, send it for one. Okay. But let me know what you guys would pick, whether that is feels like an interview, mixed signals, ghosting after good vibes. That's a tough one. We live in a ghosting culture now, and it is not acceptable. But I understand it on some level. You know, sometimes people can get strange. I think if they're displaying behavior that is alarming, ghost. But if they seem like a normal person, I'm more of a just say, hey, I don't think we're compatible or something like that. But let me know how your week's going, everyone. Saturn conjuncts Mars exactly today. So I wouldn't be surprised if this week has been a little stressful, and maybe even this day in particular. Depends on how it reacts in your chart. Sometimes the exact conjunction is less intense than the energy leading up to it or the energy after it. Excuse me. But it really depends on the person. And I updated my email, guys. So please use that email. I finally linked it to its own account. So got to finish updating all the description bars under the video for that. Lots of work when you have a channel. But let me know how your week has been going. Mine has been frustrating, not surprising. Conflicted between Anthony and Jordan. I love them both so much, but Anthony is incarcerated and I feel like we're so close with his release, but Jordan wants to start a life with me. Yes, he came back. Wow. But he's not financially stable, makes $23 an hour. Woo. Okay. I understand that. It's definitely something you have to think about. So I don't know what to do. What is spirit leading me to? Okay, let's look at the options. Okay, we'll pull cards for Anthony and Jordan. Okay, let me give this a quick. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We have the 7 of Cups for Anthony. We have the 6 of Cups for Jordan. And then we have the 4 of Cups for Anthony and the 4 of Swords for Jordan. We have the 5 of Cups. Let's see if we can see the cards. 5 of Cups for Anthony. And we have the focus. 5 of Pentacles for Jordan. Okay, so let's pull up Anthony's cards. Hopefully it's focusing. And then let's pull up Jordan's cards. Okay, we got it. So from what I see from Anthony is that I feel as though things are more so like there's no real solid foundation to build a relationship on. There's an emotional connection. There is feelings involved, but the actual day-to-day, the practicalities of the relationship, like living together, going on dates, building a future, that becomes a little bit iffy, especially when we have this 4 of Cups there. To me, it shows at some point in the relationship, things might, what's the word? I don't know. I'll say dull out. Like they get a little bit stagnant at some point, and the feelings just aren't as strong. That's the direction that it's kind of going in. The 5 of Cups is kind of like there's this feeling of a bubble being bursted. Like you have the 7 of Cups here. It feels as though there's so many possibilities. The future lies ahead, that the road is so open, and that you guys can have this future together. But then some point down the line, it gets to this space where it's like, actually, this doesn't seem to be going in the direction I think it's going. It doesn't feel like we are as connected. It doesn't feel like we're as aligned. Doesn't feel like I'm getting that emotional fulfillment that I need. And so at some point, this would come to an end in terms of romantic connection. And you would likely move on. When it comes to Jordan, we have the 6 of Cups, the 4 of Swords, and the 5 of Pentacles. Now, technically, 5 of Pentacles would be a little bit more reversed here, because I know you said that Jordan was not making the money that would provide stability, which is something to take into account. So Jordan would provide more emotional support for sure. The 6 of Cups is always a card that's about like compromising, giving, sharing space, being open, being someone who's going to listen. And then we have the 4 of Swords there, which is also, another 4 card about stability and foundation, but it's more so feeling relaxed. Like around Jordan, you'd be able to relax a little bit more. And also with the 5 of Pentacles reversed, yes, finances is something to be concerned about, but the situation with Jordan can change and can go in a different direction. It doesn't seem as though it may be that way forever, or it doesn't have to be that way forever. I'm going to pull one more card. We have the Knight of Swords. There are opportunities for Jordan. It depends on if he wants to take them, or if he's open to it, or if he has that ambition. But the opportunities are there. What it's saying when it comes to your relationship, though, is that Jordan would provide more emotional support, but you're right that there would be some financial struggles, and it would be up to him to solve that on his own. The Knight of Swords can be very stubborn when it comes to listening to other people. So even if you gave suggestions, more than likely, he's going to do his own thing until he figures out if it's going to work or not, right? The universe wants you. Let's see. We got the King of Cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Three of Swords. So the universe wants you to move in a direction where you're expanding your options, where you're expanding your choices of the people you connect with. When we have the Three of Swords, that's a card of separation. That's a card of feeling a little bit of hurt, sadness. But it's about moving on from that, especially since we have the King of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. So the universe wants you to obviously trust your heart, trust your intuition, trust your feeling, and expand your world, okay? This isn't very committal energy when it comes to, we pulled the Knight of Cups. It's not very committal energy when it comes to either option with these two. To me, it feels as though, especially since we have the Wheel of Fortune right in between the King of Cups and the Three of Swords, that it's about changing, it's about growing, it's about letting go of situations or attachments that aren't really the best for you at the moment. It's about growing emotionally, expanding your world. And so the universe is saying, hey, like, take the time to grieve whichever partnership you would like to grieve, or both of them, and be open to discover new people. When we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the Two of Pentacles, representing multiple options, juggling, maybe even just reflective of your situation. And we have the Six of Wands here, being celebrated, being admired, being loved, being cared for. It really says open up your options, allow other people to, I guess, shoot their shot, to, offer up their love, energy, time. Ultimately, the cards want you to be flexible, and they want you to expand your world and to trust your heart, trust your intuition, and don't stay in a situation that doesn't feel like it's emotionally completing you. Whether that is financial instability, whether that is, maybe not enough solid foundation in terms of practicality when it comes to Anthony because of his situation currently. The universe wants you to choose something solid, something that is emotionally fulfilling, something that will grant you the world, essentially, to make you feel like this Six of Wands energy, where it feels like you're with someone who celebrates you, who appreciates you, who encourages you to move forward, to go for your wins, to bring more happiness and fulfillment and energy and passion into your life. But ultimately, the choice is yours, Amira, to decide between if you want to decide between these two, or if you want to decide to expand your options, which the cards are more so looking in that direction, but it's up to you. They definitely want you to trust your intuition, let it guide you. And hopefully that makes sense to you from what I'm reading from the cards. Let me know. Because to me, it shows that you're definitely someone who follows your heart and allows it to lead you to the places that will bring you the most fulfillment. And if you trust your intuition, you'll end up exactly like this Six of Wands. But let me know what you think, or if that resonates. Thank you. I'm thinking about dating other people. That's definitely in line with spirit. Spirit's like, get out there. There's a big world out there. And even if it's tough to pull away from these two, there's still so much better out there for you in terms of like having the emotional fulfillment, having the stability, and then also having someone who is there to uplift you, support you. It feels balanced. It feels like you're not the one carrying all the weight in either direction. You get that emotional support. You get your own cheerleader. Like, he wants me to relax, and if I work, save my paychecks, and he will take care of. But Jordan has been so pushy lately. He wants me to relax. If I work, save my paychecks, and he will take care of the bills. You know what? I think, it's up to you if what you want to do. But if you don't feel comfortable doing that, then don't do it. If it doesn't feel like this is aligned with what makes you happy or what makes you feel good, I don't see the point of doing that. Hey, Angelus, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Yes, you can still ask questions. Said, I like the Four of Swords has the Six of Cups in the window. You know what? I never even noticed that. If I could find it again. Trying to look for it. I'll have to find it. Long time no see. You're welcome, Amira. Long time no see. Just had a birthday. Happy birthday. Wait, you're a Leo. Happy birthday to all the Leos. It's Leo season. Found the Four of Swords. Here's a little Four of Swords. And you can see the family photo near the window. It's cute. I love these little cards. How does my Barbara camera feel since I haven't talked? Angelus, the readings are paid. So for anyone coming in, if you would like a reading, you either have to CashApp, PayPal, or Super Chat. It is $5 for yes or no and $10 for in-depth questions. It is still $5 for yes or no. Yes. Prices are the same. They're probably going to stay the same for a while. I don't see a reason to change though. No reason to go up or down. I think it's a decent price. All right. Thank you. It was awkward because Karen still flirts with me a lot. It's so odd. What time is it where you are, Kate? You're like 5 hours ahead, I think. I should be able to do this math in my head. Is it like 1 a.m.? Yeah, 1:30 a.m. What are you doing up so late? Man, it's Thursday over there for you. Oh, don't forget to answer the polls, everyone. The question today is, what's one thing you can't stand about dating? Whether that is emotionally unavailable people, feels like an interview, mixed signals, or ghosting after good vibes. For me, it's definitely emotionally unavailable people. Oh, it's so frustrating. It is so frustrating. I hate having to guess what, people think or if they, are interested. I definitely need someone who has a higher level of emotional intelligence. Hey, Shifting Lotus, how are you? Thank you for the Vedic reading. Drive home from work. So just listening. Hey, driving home from work. Oh, wow. Hold on. The car just flew. And I'm glad you liked the reading. Let me know if you have any additional questions. I hope I was able to answer everything for you. And guys, if you want to get a private reading from me, all you have to do is click the link in the description. I have a form. Just fill it out and I will get to you. Hey, Marlon. Wow, everyone's here. This must be a good time. How are you? I'm glad everyone, I get to say hi to so many of you all. It's nice. Oh, and don't forget to press the like button. I would very much appreciate it. How's everyone's Wednesday? I almost said Thursday. How's it? I guess some of you it's Thursday. How's everyone Wednesday/Thursday going, depending on where you are in the world? Yes, resonates and had an interview today. So that's what I selected in the poll. Great. I'm so happy. Congratulations for the interview. And this economy, getting an interview is hard. So I congratulate anyone on even just getting in the door with all of the applications that companies get right now. The job market's tough, you know. And I'm glad you're home from work now, nice and safe and cozy. Selected ghosting, although emotionally unavailable, is really irritating me right now. Yeah. You're right. Sometimes it depends on your mood too, right? Because if you have just been ghosted, you're like, can't stand ghosting. Ugh, the worst. Sometimes it does feel like an interview though. So they're all dependent on your situation. And I'm sorry you're going through the emotional unavailability right now, Marlon. That is something that seems to be in the water. I think in school, you know, they should teach a little bit more about emotional intelligence and creating relationships. I think that would be really helpful. You know, I get that we focus on more so of like the job skills and things along the lines of that, but the emotional skills are just important. Mixed signals and fixed signs aren't friends. You are not wrong. You fixed signs need stability, you need certainty, you need reliability without a doubt. So yeah, I'm going to ask a question after Angelus is ready. Yeah, feel free to ask whenever, because who knows when Angelus will get back. But take your time at thinking of a question, but anyone can ask a question at any time. Same rules applies as always. $5 for yes and no, and it is, oh, I just blanked. It's $10 for in-depth questions. And I updated my email address, finally just linked it so that it is connected straight to my business. And it's the Brandy Astro Tarot. Make sure that I said it right, because sometimes I switch it around in my head. It won't let me view the description. That's so frustrating. Yes, AstroTarotBrandy@gmail.com. I always switch it around my head. So make sure you're sending it through that PayPal email address if you use PayPal. So AstroTarotBrandy@gmail. And then also, if you get a private reading from me, be on the lookout for that email address in particular. If it comes from any other email address, it is not me. So I'm emailing from AstroTarotBrandy. So keep that in mind. There we go. But let me know how your days have been going. I was just talking about earlier how Mars and Saturn are in opposition today. So I wouldn't be surprised if it has been tense this week, or if there's been some arguments, some miscommunication, some frustrations, if people have been getting on your nerves. That definitely comes with this energy. Positive thing with this energy is it can make you really focused. So if you are working hard towards something, or if you're studying, or if you have some sort of goal you're like, I want to accomplish, or I just want to, summer clean and clean my entire house from top to bottom, that is really 100% good for this type of aspect. So that's the energy right now. My week has definitely been frustrated in terms of communication. But that's probably more so Mercury retrograde. But it's been more intense this week. This week, it just feels like everyone's speaking a different language at work. Okay, send mine through PayPal with the question. Oh, thank you, Marlon. Let me make sure that I am logged on to the correct PayPal. Give me 1 second. You know how PayPal logs you out if you're inactive. Oh. Which PayPal did you send it to, Marlon? I've been laser focused on boosting everyone around. And bossing everyone around. I know I said boosting. Laser focus and bossing everyone around. That's that's always good. Take leadership, you know. I don't see an issue with that. Nothing wrong. Send it to the one I was saying, AstroTarot Brandy. That is my. Hold on. No, I got it. I got it. All right. I logged in. Make sure from now on, guys, send it to. I'll put it in the description bar. Because that is. I got it, Marlon. All right. There we go. But I got it. So let me click on this. I just switched it over so to make sure that it matched my channel name. That's the only reason I changed it, because I was like, I don't want to confuse people. So from now on, that is the name. Okay. Is the underlining energy between Micah and me more platonic or romantic? Let's get into this. No, questions are not free. Oh, Shifting Lotus said, energy is tense. A lot of spicy people this week need something sweet. You know what? I think it's the energy in the air. It's just sometimes the planets can make people go a little bit crazy. That's why I like to look at them, because as soon as I saw, the Mercury retrograde with the Saturn Mars opposition, I was like, yeah, this week's going to be something. This week, either you need to take charge or you're going to be driven crazy by people. Let's see the energy for Marlon and Micah. Oh, we got the Knight of Pentacles. Let me pull this up. Hey, focus. Knight of Pentacles. We have the Death card come through. There we go. We have the Moon. Talk about mixed signals. And we have the Sun. You know what? I'll say this. For me, when I look at the cards, to me, it's like telling a story. It feels as though the energy has started out like more platonic, more so like, oh, we work together, we have casual conversations, we talk about the weather and how's your weekend and things along the lines of that, or, certain work tasks. But then with the Death card there, it's like the energy has shifted and things are a lot more confusing, especially when we're talking about the Moon and the sun here, there's chemistry, because there is, from an astrological perspective, when I look at long-term couples and people who have stronger connections, like I'm talking about 10 years plus, a lot of the moon and the sun placements come together and stay together for a long time. So sometimes when I pull cards, the sun and the moon come to me to represent chemistry. So for me, it feels as though the vibe has changed to represent that there is some chemistry here, but things seem to be a little bit either unsaid, maybe there's some subtleties. It could just be like maybe one of you is more subtle than the other, because the sun card is a little bit more direct, a little bit more out in the open, more obvious, while the moon card is like read between the lines, read body language, look for clues and things along the lines of that. So to me, it feels as though maybe one person is not as open with their feelings, and it's making things really confusing, more confusing than it needs to be. But like I said, I feel more chemistry. We have the Six of Wands. Let's get a feel for Micah. And the Seven of Cups reversed, and the Hermit. To me, it feels like Micah's being a little bit flirtatious, or they like flirting in a way, because the Six of Wands is like, oh, I love having attention. I like being a part of, just they like to have like a romance in their life. They like the feeling of flirting with someone back, getting that response back. But the Seven of Cups reverse and the Hermit, to me, represents that they feel as though a part of them doesn't want to fully put themselves out there. Okay. When we get the Seven of Cups reversed, it's like, I don't feel like going out there. I don't feel like dating. I not sure I want to take that step. I'm not sure I want to create that reality. I'm not sure I want to bring it into the real world. I kind of just want to stay in this place of flirtation and, things along the lines of that. Like, I don't want things to really be real. I just want to be really by myself. Like, the Hermit is definitely someone who they're not ready to date. With this, Micah is not ready to date. I do think there's chemistry there. I do think there's an attraction. I do think that they are flirting, or that they have some sort of interest, but I don't know if this person is ready. I don't know if they're really serious about it, because they have the Hermit card here. The Seven of Cups is reversed. It's like Seven of Cups reverse is like, I'm not even bothering to look at the possibility. I'm not even bothering to try to ensure that this becomes a reality in some cases, especially right next to the Hermit. It's like they're pulling away from a potential opportunity, because I don't know what the reasoning is. Let's see, the Queen of Wands, Nine of Wands. They might just be guarded. They might feel as though this is going to be something that's going to hurt them. This is going to be something that is going to drain them. This is going to be something that's going to be a lot of work. It may feel for them that they're not ready to put the effort into getting to know someone, opening up their heart, being vulnerable, and putting themselves out there. They, in their mind, they're comfortable being this person who is on the sideline, who doesn't have to fully engage and put themselves out there and get to know people, get to know themselves, enjoy dating. They're like, no, that's not for me. I'm comfortable over here. You know, that's their vibe right now. So to answer your question, it is a little bit more than platonic, but this person has their guard up and they're scared that going forward would be hurtful for them, essentially. That's basically what's happening from the cards. So I'm riding the wave pretty well. But let me know what you think, Marlon. Like, what have you observed from their behavior? Are they kind of going back and forth with you? Are they like flirting, but then pulling away and closing and shutting things down, or creating like a weird boundary or something? I'm home. Catch you on the next live. I hit the like button too. Thank you, Shifting Lotus. I really appreciate the like. And don't forget to like, everyone. Oh, wow. No one, mixed signals is winning. No one likes the mixed signals. People need to learn to communicate and open up. Marlon, let me know if it resonates. If you see this type of behavior where this person is doing that push-pull thing, where they're open and then sometimes they shut down, or they pull away, or it's always been a playful relationship, and I can tell it can go somewhere. So I pulled my cards 7 times, mind you. I can't read them yet and connect to the story intuitively yet. I use ChatGPT, and those cards always come out. Wow. Not that just goes to show you that the universe is being clear. Guarded, push, pull, hot and cold. Yeah, that's their energy. It's crazy that those cards come out for you too. Even in ChatGPT, that just goes to show you, even if you have a message the universe wants to give you, it's going to come. Whether it's you pulling the card yourself or through AI. Yeah, this person definitely seems to be someone who is so scared to get hurt that they're basically shooting themselves in the foot, even though they're obviously interested. I need to wrap my head around that. I'm actually intuitive. Yeah, of course. What do you mean? You always come up as the high priestess. And you're like, I'm actually intuitive. Yeah, you are. You've got to trust yourself, Marlon. So I come to you and we always get the same messages. That's wild, isn't it? Yeah. It sounds like you're reading the cards just fine, you know? Trust that intuition. It will guide you. And guys, don't forget to hit the like button. I would really, really appreciate it. And if you want to get a private reading by me, all you have to do is fill out the form below. And I have changed my email address so that it is more aligned with my channel. Sorry, something's in my eye. And It is AstroTarotBrandy@gmail. That is also the email that I will be sending the reading from if you get a private reading from me. So if you see any other email addresses coming your way regarding a private reading, do not bother. Do not listen. That is not me. Okay. So just want to throw that out there for you all. And the poll question for today's live is obviously, what is the one thing you can't stand about dating? Is it emotionally unavailable people? Is it that dating feels like an interview? You know, how many brothers you have? How many sisters do you have? Is it the mixed signals, the hot and cold, the, I don't know, the not texting back, the, you know, then blowing up your phone? It's just, you know, you all know what mixed signals are. The ghosting after good vibes, where you think that you're vibing with someone and then all of a sudden you never hear from them again. That is the worst. And that's part of the culture now. It's horrible. It's horrible. And I have to take accountability because when I was younger, I used to ghost. Not anymore. Not anymore. I will say, hey, I'm not interested. I've matured, but I will take accountability for past me. Let me know where you fall when it comes to the thing you can't stand. And feel free to ask a question. You know, I am, in my title, I've let you guys know I'm a practical reader. So I like to relate tarot to everyday real life and questions. And I've tried to give a straight, clear answer based upon the messaging. There are other channels that focus a lot on spiritual development, and sometimes I touch on that. But for the most part, I like to focus on real world, practical, everyday situations. So, whatever real world, practical, everyday situation you have or question that is on your mind, feel free to ask it, you know, long as it's not anything that is legal or health related. Okay. I just want to let you know that. Make it clear my reading style. Everyone has their own reading style, how they prefer to read, and what they like to focus on. I don't read as many reversals, though. I might do a special reading maybe in the fall or September where I'm just like using all reversals and upright. But I feel like the message, I can get it without doing that, but I don't mind doing it. Everyone has their own style. I like to see different readers' styles. Some people, you know, they say they struggle with learning all of the major arcanas or the difference between them. I struggle with pronouncing the names, and I've been reading tarot for a long time, but I don't struggle with their meanings anymore. I think the best method, if you're learning, is to pull a card every single day. You can pull a card before you leave your house for the day or in the morning, and then you can pull a card when you come home at night or whenever you come home. Pull a card the day before. Ask it questions that relate to things you understand. You know, that way you get into a system with your cards. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I do want to do a video series on learning tarot and learning to apply it practically, but I'll do that later. Let me know if you guys have any questions. If not, I'll close out in like 5 minutes because I do need to get started on some homework. Oh, and don't forget, tomorrow, new reading will be out. This is actually a reading that was suggested by one of you astronauts. I think you guys are really going to like it. So be sure to stay tuned for that. I don't want to give too many hints. So it's going to be a surprise, and stay tuned. Show up Thursday, show up tomorrow at noon. The reading will be out. And don't forget, I go live. I believe it is Saturday that I'm going live this week. So be there if you want to be there for the schedule live. If you don't have any questions, that's fine. I am doing the weekly collective. So I like to do a look ahead, and we get to see the energies unfolding for the next week. So be on the lookout for that when it comes to the weekly collective. Otherwise, I'm going to close out in a few minutes, everyone. And I hope you all have a good rest of the week until I see you on Saturday. I got to look at the time. I think Saturday is the day I chose because I believe Friday I will be filming for you guys. Let me make sure. I want to make certain before I leave that Saturday was the right day. I want to give you the time so that you can show up. It is scheduled for Saturday at noon. If you want to come to the scheduled live, if you want to get the weekly collective and the look ahead, said I've sent a request through PayPal. All right, Serenity Love. Let's get to it. Let me make sure. The question's in the PayPal, right? I'm not. Let me make sure. Let me look at it. PayPal's so frustrating. Okay, it is. Thank goodness. All right. Single Aquarius Sun, Scorpio Moon. Will I find the love of my life outside the US? Where, how, whatever comes out. Okay. Love of your life outside of the US. All right, let's get into this, Serenity. Scorpio Moon. That's pretty intense. I'm like pausing because I'm thinking of all the Scorpio moons I've met in my life. And they always have the most, how do I say it? Shocking stories. So I wouldn't be surprised. Say LOL. Yeah, I really wouldn't be surprised if you have people's jaws on the floor when you talk about your life or family for that regard. So I do actually, yeah. I thought so. All right, let's get into that. We have the King of Swords. Okay. And then, hold on. My camera. There we go. We have the Six of Swords. Focus. There we go. We have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. I don't know why it's focusing on my fingers, but not the card. There we go. And we have the 10 of Wands. I'll say this. Outside of the US, probably not. The cards are clear. If you are looking outside of the US, they're kind of just saying that's a waste of your time and energy. It's going to be too much. It's going to be exhausting. It's going to be hard to do. More than likely, the love of your life is probably going to be within the country that you are in. Let me get some more information. Woo! We have the Hierophant. So I usually get the Hierophant to represent a few things. It can represent shared values, similar upbringing, similar religion, similar economic status. So the cards are focusing and they're kind of saying that this person is more similar to you than they are different. They are saying that more than likely you guys will have very similar backgrounds, very similar family dynamics, or more than likely even a similar sense of spirituality or religion if you have one. It also focuses on, for some cases, similar work, right? Because the Hierophant connects to Taurus, which is like how you make your money. So the cards want you to know that you guys have more in common than you do not in common. That is something to be of note. Like if you're both like in I don't know if you're in the US, Serenity, but you know, this would be like, oh, we're both Republicans or we're both Democrats, or you know, we both come from the same, you know, upper economic background. We're both middle class, or we both come from lower class or higher class or something like that. So born and raised in NYC. So they might even be from the tri-state area. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Excuse me. Nine of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles here. I want to see if I can get a location or something. Okay, no, I guess. King of Wands. And I'll pull one more card. Six of Pentacles. Okay. So less about the location, more about the person. Definitely someone who is highly skilled or highly educated. I generally get the Eight of Pentacles for either both things or one or the other. When we have the Nine of Pentacles, that means this person is independent, self-made, they do their own thing. Page of Pentacles, someone who's not afraid to experiment, take a chance, try new things. Definitely shows an open mind here, but what's being emphasized here is this person's stability. Yeah, that is a lot of coins. So this person is definitely stable. There's someone, especially when we have the Hierophant too. So that connects to Taurus. So there's a lot of focus on earth signs, coins, stability, consistency, money, finances. This person is very focused on getting their money up, having a stable life, enjoying themselves. And then also the one thing I want to say about Pentacles is, I know how you asked if they were out of the country, but Pentacles are the slowest moving one. In fact, I'm trying to think of a Pentacle card. The only Pentacle card that kind of represents maybe travel is the Two of Pentacles. So Pentacles really don't like to travel a whole lot. And they also represent routine and being inside a place that you feel comfortable and that you know inside out. So Pentacles represents consistency, stability. And so this person, I'm not saying that they don't never go anywhere, but they're not the person who's like this travel bug who's flying across the country, who is always on a trip, who's always on vacation. That's not them. They pretty much like the life that they're living. They have a nice life. It's comfortable. They have plenty of extra money and resources. They can give to others. They work really hard. They have a routine. They're very focused. They're very stable. They're reliable. They're down to earth. They're not some adventurer or open spirit who is like, let's hit the road or anything like that. They're more like, okay, let's build a home. Like, let's build a life that we enjoy. Like, this is my community. This is where I stay. This is my family. These are my friends. This is my job. This is my routine. Like, very structured type of lifestyle. This person likes to live. I'm not sure if you're looking forward to that. I don't think they'll mind it because we did get this King of Wands here. If you're wondering if they will like traveling, I think they're open to it. The King of Wands definitely has an energy of spontaneity about them, but we have so many pentacles that when it comes to traveling, they're probably going to want to have very tight plans, or at least like they're the type of person who's going to have like maybe a schedule. Like, okay, on Monday, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. They might leave some flexibility there because the King of Wands, he's not too stiff. But they want to be able to have an understanding of what's the itinerary, what's the plan, what are we doing, where are we staying, how close is that to the train, where's where's our embassy, where's the US embassy, do we have copies of the passports, like very, you said that's so me. I'm glad, I'm glad that you guys are really are more similar. But that is like who this person is. So there is traveling. They're open to it, especially with the King of Wands, but it's not the first thing on their mind. It's really not. But they have an open mind, of course. 5 of Wands. That's an interesting card because I wonder if this person has their own business too. Because sometimes I get the 5 of Wands to represent like an entrepreneur, like a hustler, someone who is out there trying to convert sales, trying to compete in the marketplace. So I wonder if there's a level of them having their own business as well. So be on the lookout for that. Don't know why they won't give me the where, but I'm guessing. Okay, nowhere. Ace of Cups and the 4 of Wands reversed and the King of Cups reversed. Nowhere, just the feeling of attraction, love. 4 of Wands reverse. Hold on. The message I'm getting is the location doesn't matter. The feeling is what counts. And the feeling is a feeling of comfort. We have the 4 of Swords. It's a feeling of like, I'm not nervous. This person makes me feel at peace. I don't have to have a million and one thoughts going on. Around this person, I feel safe. I feel welcomed. I feel secure. Like it's saying, look for that feeling. Look for this feeling where someone doesn't have you like on edge. Like have a feeling of like, oh yeah, I know they're going to show up. I know they're going to call me. I know we're going to go on the date Thursday. I know that, this person isn't going to treat me horribly or something like that. There's a feeling of security. There's a feeling of safety, right? So they say focus on that and look for someone with that feeling. This is what the cards are emphasizing. It's not about searching for a place. It's about searching for a feeling. Ooh. 1,000% yes. I hope that resonates, Serenity. Sounds good to me. Since I have yet to meet this person, I think you will. But I'm a romantic, so so obviously I am a pro love fan. I love love. I love when people find love, when they connect. So I'm going to say you will, you know, and I'm going to hope that I am not wrong. You are welcome. All right, guys. I'm going to close out because it's been an hour. And thank you all for joining. Thank you all for your questions. Don't forget to come to the schedule live on Saturday. This was a pop-up. Wanted to pop up because I had a few moments of free time. And the reading will be out tomorrow. I think I have a new poll question up, or it should be up because I scheduled it to be up. So I would be really upset if it wasn't. New poll question is up. So go to the community tab. Make sure to check the community tab to figure out the times I will be live. I post the time every Tuesday night, but I will be live this Saturday, 12 p.m. That is, for some of you in the world, that is the 9th, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Want to say that. And if you want a reading by me, fill out the form below. Link is in the description. Just fill it out and then look out for an email from me. That is AstroTarotBrandy. Okay. AstroTarotBrandy@gmail.com. If it comes from anyone else, that is not me. And that is all I want to say. I think so. Yeah, I said everything. I'm going to close out. So bye, everyone. You too, Serenity.